Oh boy. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports. It is our morning show here with Cowboy Ty and the Professor. We're breaking down a couple of games today, leading into the weekend. Really pumped for the matchups this week. We should learn a lot. We got Bama versus Mizzou. Weird line there. Ty was talking about it before the show. It does seem very fishy. Seems like they're trying to trap you in, suck you in, rile you up. I don't know what's going on. Then you got the Ducks versus Indiana. I think we learned a lot about that one there. Dogs versus Freeze's going away party. Probably going to be his last game that he coaches. Red River. It's a weird one. I don't know why it's only a 1-point spread, but it is. I don't make things up. Then Ark versus Tennessee could be one that gets the boys fired up. Cowboy Ty, looking beautiful as ever, ready to rock and roll. Of course, Cody, the Professor, dialed in. Let's have a good show, boys and girls. Good morning. Hey, wow, there we go. There we go.
I just got a fresh cut, too, just for the show.
Just like right now?
No, just kidding.
Barber's leaving.
Barber's leaving just like Cody.
Mobile barber.
Yeah, she just rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wonderful. Gentlemen, how are you feeling about these games this weekend, big guys?
I'm juiced.
I'm actually excited. Absolutely. There's some good football games. The Bama Mizzou games got me. Listen, it's got me on question marks.
Does the spreads feel weird, right? I feel like all of them, it feels like every week they just feel like they're all going to just, like, everyone's like, yep, they're all going to be close. It's like these aren't even picks anymore. Like, Vegas is in shambles.
Yeah, I mean, your goal is to make people bet both ways. That's why you make lines. So, like, you just win the juice. That's the goal of Vegas.
Okay.
These lines, they might not be getting both ways. They might be getting a lot of juice towards Alabama, which makes me believe that Mizzou might be the play, but we'll see.
They're favored a certain direction. It feels like Oklahoma, Texas being a -1. Like, everything you've seen thus far doesn't lead me to believe that it should. Like, Ducks Indiana -7.5. Like, that's how these games should feel. Like, that feels normal. That's what I think. Bama and Mizzou should feel like. Red River should feel like that. Ducks versus Indy, I think, is perfect. I think that that one, and Indy is shown to knock some people's socks off. So you could argue, hey, why is that one 7.5? Like, in retrospect, that one could be a 3.5, and I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. And the other ones could be 7. Yeah. But
so
this could be a prequel to the
people
Big
don't
Ten
understand how Vegas works. People think that Vegas just controls all the lines. That's not how it works. They hire these guys to make these lines so people bet in both directions, and then everyone wins the juice. That's why Vegas never loses. That's why when people say it's rigged, it's not rigged. They got people betting both ways. If it's rigged, all I can say, if it's rigged, there's a lot of broke bastards out there for knowing it's rigged. That's all I'm saying.
What about the ref?
What
about Donahue?
You know what, you should go watch that actually thing about Donahue. I think you'd have a lot different perspective if you watched the Untold. You watch the Untold?
Yeah.
You say,
I know.
Did you hear how hard it was?
It
was so hard for him to make lines. He said, I couldn't even blow the game something. He said I lost 3 in a row, and they told me they were going to kill my family.
Who is this?
Donahue, the NBA referee that was caught fixing games. But even he said that, like, he couldn't fix them every game. Like, he said it was hard. It was really hard on him. It was hard. Yeah. Like, he lost 3 games in a row, and the Mafia said that they were going to come kill him if he lost the next one. Like, literally, that's what they said.
Yeah, I got you. I know one thing that's hard and goes both ways and blows, and that's Shelton's stepmommy. So I go with the stepmom instead of the mom because the mom is usually in here, and I would never.
We don't want that smoke.
I would never.
Oh man, good stuff. All right, let's get into it, boys. Let's get into Alabama versus Mizzou here. Ty's fired up. Let that man go first. Break us into the Bama Mizzou game. What he likes, who he likes, and why he likes it.
I mean, every time I look at it on paper, I mean, Alabama makes the most sense. They've been playing the best football they're probably a top 10 football team right now, the way they've been playing. And Ty Simpson looks the part. I don't know what they see in Missouri. I'm really confused. Like, I know they got Hardy out there who's been – I think he might be a leading rusher in the country. I'm not sure. But my guess is they think that maybe Missouri can control the clock with him running the football, and Pribulu can make enough plays, which is why the spread is the way it is. I can't bet Missouri, but I wouldn't bet Alabama. So, to me, I would stay away from the game. I'm really excited to watch it, knowing that this is a 3.5 point spread, and obviously in Missouri. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It might be one of them games that just comes down to a couple bounces here or there, and I'm going to take Alabama, but I don't feel great about it. How about that?
Yeah. So on our Wednesday show, the Boz talked about how obviously Mizzou's rushing offense is one of the best in the country, and Bama's rush defense is one of the lowest, one of the worst in the country. Right. Now Mizzou hasn't really played too many people for that number to be challenged, where Bama has. Even with that being kind of like your pro versus con, the secondary of Mizzou is what's been getting torched, and Ty Simpson is obviously playing at a Heisman caliber, and I think that's where this thing is going to bust itself wide open. On top of that, Mizzou's O-line has some cracks and some holes in it, and although this Alabama defense hasn't necessarily got the pressure we all expect Alabama typically to do, on top of getting a great run stop, I think that's something that Bama has the talent to adjust to when need be. And I think that throughout the game, that the talent and the depth, they're going to pull away from Mizzou. The 3 is a gimme in my opinion for Alabama. I think the way that Ty Simpson's been playing, I don't think they're going to get much pressure on them. And I think offensively, I think Bama, after a couple plays, is eventually going to just pull this thing off, pull away with it. Very similar to how they did Vandy. I think they'll come out early and kind of punch them in the mouth and hold strong, similar to what Vandy was able to do. But just like that game, I think Bama will pull away at the end of it. Although the spread didn't really tell the full story of that game, 3 just seems too close. Again, I think it should be more like 6.5. Cody?
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm here. You literally are reading my mind. Stole my stole my exact thought. I mean, I mean, maybe I should take the other job, but it's one of those things where
I was drinking my coffee.
Had to juiced up today, baby. Juiced up. Got a little sleep before this thing. 4 hours. I am so juiced. Good. Yeah, this is the thing. I think what we saw with the dropping of the passes are Bama's going to get that in tune. Ty Simpson playing some serious ball out there. Heisman contender. I think that they are going to, in the third quarter, I think they're really going to pull away. I think it's probably going to be a 14 or 21 point victory by Bama over Mizzou. Now you're muted. You're in shambles.
Now you muted yourself.
I mean, what are you going to do without me? Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't take the job.
Oh my goodness. What I was saying was maybe hey, don't forget that Bama did lose to FSU. FSU likes to remind us of that, and it feels so long ago that I would have thought it was last year.
It's tough to play on the road. It's not going to be easy to go in Missouri and just absolutely dog walk these guys. They're going to have a lot of energy. The fans are going to be pumped. They're undefeated. If they run the ball well, they got a chance. I mean, if they can run the ball and control the clock, they've got a chance.
Mizzou's always a tough place to play, and I feel like they do a good job of just making games ugly. I don't think it's a trap game because of the loss to FSU. The FSU loss was the best thing that happened to Alabama. Like, it's irrelevant. Like, it hasn't happened in the sense of, like, nobody – like, Bama's right back up there again. Like, nobody cares at all that it happened. But it at least put a notch in their belt of, like, you don't have much wiggle room after that loss. Especially if FSU keeps losing the way they do. It looks like a really bad loss.
Hey, calm down. We lost 2 games. Relax, everybody.
Season's over.
It's not over. Relax. Everyone relax. You remember when Aaron Rodgers used to say that? Relax. Everyone
Maybe he was good.
Yeah, he sucks.
I don't think he sucks. I mean, his team's going to win the division, and he's been in a Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl. I'm going to be bummed.
He's bird bones now. He'll break something.
Everybody thinks that this Mizzou thing is going to be an upset. It feels like it feels baity to me. I think there's a better chance of Arkansas upsetting Tennessee than Mizzou beating Bama.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of think freeze over the Dogs comparative.
Look at this.
If we're picking all
Well, I think it's the only game we're probably going to fully agree on, which we kind of agreed on that one. But we got Ducks versus Indy here. Indy, obviously, we Indiana, we kind of know, we think we know who they are. Oregon, I think we know who they are. These games in Oregon, they're what, on an 18-game win streak at home. This place is just absolutely locked down. Oregon showed me a lot against that Penn State team. I know, Penn State lost to UCLA. Had a bad game. There's still question marks. Don't get it twisted. But that was still a good football team that they went up against in the whiteout and played. And Dan's been on something else. I'll let Cody go first in this game to break it out so I don't take his thoughts.
Dan definitely on something else. I don't know if it's Big Pharma or a little Colombian Bam Bam, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna take the Ducks. I think they just have too much speed on the offense for Indy's defense. I know they're the hometown team. They're on a historic run. Great for them. Love it for you. Over the guys over there in Bloomington, about 30 minutes away from me. But I think the Ducks' offensive firepower is just going to be way too much for them to hold. I think they're give me Oregon by 14 points or so. And Oregon has a sneaky good stadium. That place gets absolutely ruckus. People just don't watch it because it's on at 11 o'clock at night.
I think that it's going to be interesting. This is an interesting take on the Ducks because it's going to come down to the trenches for me, for the Ducks. And you usually don't say that about the Big Ten play. Well, I guess you kind of do, but not these two teams. You wouldn't, because I still look at Oregon, I guess, like a Pac-12-esque style football team, right?
Yeah.
But they're not built like that. Obviously, they're built like I call them the hybrid of a Big Ten and a Pac-12 and a little bit of SEC juice in them. They've got a little. They've figured it out. Dan Lanning's travels.
Speed everywhere.
Speed everywhere. But I think what's going to be the big. I think Mendoza, who obviously has been in a Heisman conversation, gets walloped this weekend. I think that he gets absolutely bodied by this defensive line. I think Indiana gets a wake-up call from a trenches perspective. And Oregon's not going to have to do anything special. Oregon's just going to have to go play with they're a well-balanced football team. Just go be Oregon on the offensive side of the ball. I just don't see Indiana. I think they'll maybe take some big shots, have some big plays. Secondary is a little questionable for that Oregon team. But I think the trenches are going to dominate this Indiana team. And I don't think, this feels like a weekend where everything appears to be close, but I don't feel like it's going to be close. I just don't see it. I think that there's these teams that are doing much better than anticipated, and that's great. And they'll be able to hang on. But in the same breath, if these games happen maybe week 1 and 2, I think it's different. I think because we're in week 7, that a lot of these powerhouses are starting to find their groove and their rhythm, that they're going to pull away with it. Ty?
Real fast. Oh.
Listen, buddy, this is the upset special of the week. Cody. The Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh, go Cody.
Real fast. This is a game that could put Kurt Cinetti and Indiana on the map as no more frauds or if they could get if they get a win over the Ducks at home, golly, that would be a big win for the program.
All right.
Historic.
Listen, buddy, it's upset special city here. This is if this is not in Allison Stadium, I would love Indiana. Even though it's in Allison Stadium, I think Indiana offense is on. We're looking at them because they're the Hoosiers and they're known for basketball. They're not known for football, but this team is really good offensively. I mean, Mendoza runs that offense to a T, and Surratt on the outside. He's almost it's impressive. He's almost unguardable for people in college. That's how good he is. And he's going to get put on the map this week when people actually get a chance to watch him on national television. I think Mendoza, who's only thrown 1 pick on this season, has taken care of the football. He's run it perfect. He's run the offense perfectly. He completes a lot of his passes. He understands when to throw it away, when to make the plays. And I think Dante Moore is going to make mistakes. I'm still not sold. I think
you're crazy. The guy's
tied
with Ty Simpson for Heisman.
Listen, you can say what you want about what they say about the Heisman.
What I'm saying is right.
You lose one game and you're gone. Your Heisman hopes are gone. You're not anybody anymore.
Ty lost the game. He lost the game to FSU. You already forgot. That's how bad FSU is. Ty already lost the game.
The first week of the season.
But he lost the game. Dante has not lost the game. Andy went into a hostile environment and looked at school as a cucumber.
They looked at a hostile environment. Did Penn State go to a hostile environment? UCLA? I guess they did.
You can't do. Oh, really? So FSU wasn't hostile. FSU wasn't hostile. You just told me at home when Bama showed up to FSU. FSU wasn't hostile, and then they go lose to Virginia. Then they go lose to Virginia.
You guys are hating because of the Hoosier logo. It's not. You're not looking at the football team. You're looking at the damn logo.
I'm not looking at the logo. I like Kurt Cingetti.
You see that stupid little duck riding a stupid motorcycle around the damn stadium. What you're gonna see? Singeti might steal his motorcycle.
Okay,
and ride it as
hold
he
on.
wins.
Yeah,
He might
have you
ride right
take
in
it
the middle
easy
of
on
the
the
field
duck,
like this.
Ty.
Yeah, have you seen the Duck's Twitter profile?
Way
The
better
Duck
than riding a
is
stupid horse around
off
the stadium.
rails.
You dummy. I'd take a motorcycle, a Harley with some
I can't
horsepower
wait to
than a
let it-
washed-up horse.
When Singeti steals that motorcycle and rides around the stadium after they win, that's going to be the greatest highlight in the history of Indiana Hoosiers football right there, buddy.
Oh, man.
Plant the flag right in the middle of the Alton Stadium. Let's go, Hoosiers. Mendoza puts himself on the map. People know who he is, and Indiana pulls the upset. He takes the Heisman front runner after this game.
Wowzers. Muddy taking a shot here. If Cody, if Indiana wins, you finally give Singeti his prop. You love Singeti. I don't understand where that's coming from.
I like Singeti. I just don't like Marcus Freeman because of the quote he made. And
Singeti, spaghetti, it don't matter. Fucking Hoosiers by 14.
We got some dicey ones here. Look, we're the Bama. We all agree on Bama, though, right? No, you took Mizzou.
No, I
I've
said
been
Bama
on
wins.
Singeti since last year. Since
I said Bama wins. I think the line's weird, and I think Missouri, if they run the ball, I think they could pull the upset if it truly is.
All
an
right,
upset,
so that was the first game we were different on. All right, Dogs versus Hugh Freeze going away party here. It's in Auburn. It's at night. Could get dicey. Could get slippery. Could get slimy. The spread's 3.5 on this one too?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, these lines are wild.
Doesn't give me any reason to believe it. I just don't. I think the reason for it is Georgia's offense hasn't looked explosive. It hasn't looked, although they covered 20.5 against Kentucky, it still didn't feel very smooth with it. I got to be honest with you. It didn't look great. Stockton looked okay versus a deflated Kentucky team. So I understand it. The biggest thing though is the strength of Georgia's defense is their run defense. Their weakness is their secondary. Well, Auburn can't throw the football, so Auburn's not going to be able to take advantage of. It's my turn, Cody, if you don't mind. Auburn's not going to be able to take an advantage of the weaknesses that Georgia has, in my opinion. And although that Stockton hasn't looked explosive, I do feel that this Georgia football team looks more complimentary than it has with the running back duo of Nate Frazier and Chauncey Bowens. They're able to run the ball very, very well. Gunnar Stockton showed me against that Bama and Tennessee game that he can sling it when need be. I felt like at that Kentucky game, they're trying to get back to just more of a balanced offense. This is another game that they all are too close for me. All of them. The Bama-Mizzou one the Indy Duck one is the only one that I feel is still true. And although I took the Ducks to cover, that one I don't feel as confident as these two of these guys. And what's crazy is, the Bama or the Ducks are at home. So this I'm taking both. I'm being Cody this week. I'm taking all the road teams here, which is crazy. I'm literally Cody this week. I'm taking all road teams.
You got the Ducks.
I said except one. Except one. Okay. You guys keep interrupting me. So, Ty, go ahead.
Listen, the line's also weird to me. It's 3.5, but once again, what's the strength of Auburn? They run the football. Georgia has, we look at these logos again, and Georgia hasn't been explosive, like you said. Nate Frazier hasn't really been the running back they thought. They've been using a freshman in Chauncey. Bowens.
Bowens is a sophomore, but it's his first.
Well, sophomore, but he's the first time he's been on the field, I guess is what I'm getting at. And he's got speed, though. I will say he has a lot more speed than what Frazier does. But when you look at the Auburn side of the ball, like you said, they can't throw the ball down the field. But they have the talent in Singleton Jr. and Cam. I mean, these guys, they're more talented players on the field, but can Jackson Arnold get them the football is the question. I'm not sold that he can. I still haven't believed that he can. It just, to me, I take Georgia as well, but it just shows where we're at in college football when all these lines are 3.5. I mean, we have a Georgia team going to Auburn, unranked Auburn team, and it's 3.5. It's like it's such a good spot football is right now. And
the unranked games aren't the same as they used to be. You know what I mean? Like we would always be excited for just top 25 matchups, and then it felt like anything outside of that was kind of this isn't the case here at all. Like, I mean, Red all three of these games right here, they're not top 25 matchups. There's only one team is, but you're looking at all of them like there's a chance for something to happen here that could be special. And Bama and Mizzou, I think, are fighting possibly to stay. Well, no, they should still stay in the top 25. But the other part of it too, the one thing I will say is that the mobileness in Jackson Arnold, if I'm a Dog fan, that will concern me a bit. They've always had trouble with mobile quarterbacks consistently, and that could be where Auburn could really expose this thing. And Auburn's always played Georgia close. I mean, even the last couple of years, they played them close with more talented teams in Georgia at Georgia. Cody?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna take Auburn, and it's gonna save Hugh Freeze's job for one more week. I think that again with the mobile quarterback deal, Jackson Arnold might hit a pass over the top to Cam Coleman. He might get one in the slot and hit Singleton, which can break it for a touchdown. UGA wide receivers continue to drop the ball. They have not fixed that issue for the last 3 years. It feels like it's going on, and I just think that Auburn at home at night will give them just enough, especially with the young quarterback, to get the edge over UGA. I do think that Chauncey Bowens is probably going to take the majority of the carries. He seems to be the hot hand the last couple of weeks. He's looked really, really good, but your whole offense can't run off of just one player. That doesn't really work.
I completely just drew a blank what I was going to say. What did you say before that?
The wide receivers continue dropping balls.
Man, you're good. Thank you. Yeah. It's crazy to think
I should have had my own show almost.
The fact that you knew exactly where I was wondering was crazy. Zachariah Branch, I really thought that he was going to come to Georgia and do some special things. He was phenomenal at USC and was a big name that was really exciting, electric to watch. And you wonder, think about the talent that left USC and has, it went elsewhere. Deuce Robinson was another one, and he's had a phenomenal year. I mean, he has been exceptional. I will say that FSU, although through their own individual struggles these last 2 years, have done a good job of pulling receivers out of the portal and making them, I wouldn't say successful because obviously they didn't come in like limp noodles, but I would say putting more stock into them. Keon Coleman's a big one in my opinion that had some stock, but not a lot, and really amped up his playability by playing at FSU. Then you got Squirrel White. I think that he's been more noticed than maybe if he were to stay at Tennessee this year. That one's a tough one because Tennessee's played really good football. But Deuce Robinson has really placed himself on the map. I mean, Zachariah Branch, I can only imagine if Zachariah would have went to FSU, what that would have done for his career. But the fact that I haven't even said his name that much, or just, I heard it all the time when he was at USC, and nobody even watches USC football. Like, that's how electric he was at USC. I just feel like he's been shut down, and it's crazy to think that, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a Georgia thing. Maybe it's a wide receiver coach thing. I don't know.
I think it's a Georgia thing. I don't know if it's their offense or what, but you don't really see the receivers put up numbers. I mean, George Pickens is in the league, but, like, he didn't have, like, phenomenal years over at Georgia. I mean, the last guy you can probably remember that was a big name was A.J. Green. I mean, and that's years and years ago.
Yeah, it was we're talking Marino and Stafford era.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, you can't name a big-time receiver that's come out of there.
Bro. That was a team.
That team was definitely legit. There's no getting around it. I'm sure they'd love to have all those guys back right now. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I think this game is going to be close, but I do think Georgia is going to find a way to win. I think Freeze will find a way to lose. This will be a coaching thing for me.
Can you read that comment, Ty? I can't see that.
If only Deuce Robinson could have made the catch versus Virginia. Listen, he was about to get drilled by the safety. He did make the catch.
He didn't. There was nobody there.
The damn referees blew the call. You say what you want.
There was nobody there.
I watched it.
He was in the back of the end zone by himself.
He thought the safety was coming over to the top to drill him in the mouth. I know what he thought. I watched it. I watched him look up because he didn't know where that safety was. I watched him. I've been there. I've seen it.
So he's soft.
Oh, my God. He's 6'6" and fucking catches everything. I don't know if he's soft.
Hey. He's
easy.
Freaking.
He's Johnny Wilson. He's Johnny Wilson 2.0.
I might need a new job here soon. I keep saying
he's Johnny Wilson 2.0. Just soft.
Cody, you got any
my people work
spots on
now.
your show?
What the OGs don't, I mean, a lot of people know this, but Cody's tried to do this thing on his own. And Cody, who was there giving you every step of the way to make it work for you.
You.
Yeah,
So I'm here now.
Like I put the overtime for Cody to make it work. And Cody was like, "Can I just come hang out with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine."
That's way easier.
That's the funniest thing about the whole ordeal.
Yeah, people just think we just turn the mic on and just talk like idiots. We do. All right, that's how that's it. I think you guys see it a lot more. There's a lot more that goes into it that people don't see, but
that's for damn sure.
That's fine. We'll keep wondering. We'll keep wondering. All right, we got to Red River. So I don't know if you saw the Bows. He took Texas.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know if he's going like if he's having like a midlife crisis or what's happening here. The fact that this guy gets his trips paid to go to Vegas. I mean, he obviously works at Best Bet. Like this guy, I'm reading this. This is what he doesn't know, and he's about to find out my secret. This is the book that I'm reading right now, and I'm dialed in right now. Honestly, I'm not even that deep into it, but I really thought that the Boz would just be burying me at this point in the season. And the fact that we are in a 3-way tie headed into week 7. I mean, he's walking around like he's just the man on campus. Like he threw every game on purpose. And then he takes Texas today. And I was like, I think this guy may have lost his fastball. I think you feel it? I think he's maybe caught. Maybe it's the lights. It's the semantics of how big the stage is. Like everybody thinks they can come on this mic and talk and do the big thing. And then when it's there, they see the comments, they see the eyeballs. It gets a little pressure on. They just start to crumble here a little bit. I don't see Texas. You got out of 10 times. I see Oklahoma winning 11. I just don't see it at all. I don't care if John Mateer plays, sits on the bench, high fives, arches. It does not matter to me. Michael Hawkins Jr. will come in there and just pass ball for 210 yards. Arch Manning's not moving the football on this defense. I just don't see it at all.
I agree. That's the problem I have. I don't see Arch.
OU might break Arch. OU might do some PTSD, severe damage to he's going to look like Sam Darnold before he went to the Vikings. I mean, he's going to be seeing ghosts after this OU defensive line sacks him 12 times.
I just don't like. I understand if Hawkins plays that this is not the same offense, but I just don't think we're putting enough stock into the OU defense. It's really good. I mean, they dominate up front and they play football. There's no getting around it. I get that Texas defense is really good, but I like the OU offense, especially if Mateer plays. If Mateer plays, I don't think Texas has any chance. I mean, literally has no shot. If Hawkins plays, I give him an opportunity because the offense doesn't move as well. Like we've seen what it was last year. Yeah, but Texas favorite
-1. So take the -1 there.
Listen, I understand what the line is. I don't get it. There's something – I don't know. Maybe they know something I don't, but I'm maybe because it's just all the way in this game.
Rivalry game?
It has to be. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. Simmons, the linebacker's off of my head
Colin
right
Simmons.
now, number 0. I know Colin Simmons, but I'm talking about the other guy that I love, and I can't think of his name right now.
On Texas?
But, yeah, they'll both be first-round picks. But whatever. I know their defense is really good.
Slides for Florida.
Anthony
Hill.
Anthony Hill. Yeah.
Anthony Hill Jr.
Yeah. That's what I couldn't think of right now. But their defense is really good. But, like, the OU as a whole just plays so much better. It's crazy to me. That D front and they get after it. Venables lets them loose, and they just fly around and make plays all the time.
The weakness is Texas's offensive line. Like, that's the problem. I don't think Arch is really playing atrociously. I just think because he came out there, looked pretty good against Florida. They got whopped a few times and was like, holy crap, like this. And it's going to be even worse. He missed some
throws in that game, but he missed throws in that game that should have been punts.
Because he had paws in his face.
I get it, but, like, you could throw it up there. And, like, there's situations where you just throw it up and let your receiver catch it like a punt because you have to complete it. There's plays where you have to make a perfect throw, and if you overthrow them, it's not a big deal. You can't overthrow open people. You just make them wait on the football. Like, you just have to complete the pass, and he doesn't do that. He always is like it's overthrown or it's a bad angle or he's got his arm angle the wrong way. He's trying to make a throw he shouldn't. It's just I don't know. I don't see it. I think OU dominates the football game.
Muddy says I could see Steve Sarkisian getting canned at this year's snowballs for them and go 6-6.
Off a playoff run? Ooh, they lost a lot of players.
Yeah,
I don't know if it gets canned, but
I don't think so either. I mean, they'd have to lose out personally.
They're very young.
You again, it's just the expectations are so. You got a $20 million roster, the highest paid SEC roster, and to go 6-6, that's not the greatest ROI. So if you can't do it with this, if you can't win more than 8 games with this roster, I mean, what are you gonna like? Yeah, I know that they're young, but there's also a point of like, I think that in the same breath that we hold Billy a credit for, like, hey, you're in year 4, right? And so is Tennessee, so is Texas, and with the transfer portal, with NIL, you shouldn't have a down year like this too often. And now a fluke year maybe can happen from time to time, but in my opinion, this is all kind of falling down on two places: the offensive line and the run and the quarterback. And you might got a guy back there that can sling it, but because of NIL, because of your hands being tied, you might be losing your job to one dude here named Arch Manning.
Well, Stark. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cody. You can say it. No, I got it. Go ahead. Say what you guys say.
That's not looking good for our new show, Ty.
I was going to say. I was going to say. I don't know. We're not on the same page yet. Really like Sarkisian and Arch.
Sarkisian. Next one, I'm taking off. You guys run it. You guys get the graphics and run it.
Sarkisian is in a weird spot because you can't bench Arch. That's not going to happen. I mean, the boosters and everybody's not going to like that. Even if you have a guy that's better, your running backs are consistently banged up again. Another year of that, which is tough because you want to run the ball, but you're down, and your offensive and defensive line is extremely young. Yes, Colin Simmons can take over a series, but he can't take over a game by himself. They're a little young in the DB room also. I just think it's just a young team, and I don't think you go and fire Sarkisian because you have one down year.
I agree. I'm just telling you that
you've had 2 years of. I think they've sent like 20 kids to the league in the last 2 years, especially in the trenches.
Look, I think the problem is, and I don't disagree with you, it's just the new age of college football has you viewing it differently. Because even though it is a young team, it's because you're spending.
I understand that.
You're paying these freshmen an outrageous amount of money. The fact that it's a $20 million roster for as young as it is, and in the same breath, the reason why I think there's not much leeway is because Ole Miss lost just as much and has less talent.
Well, this is going to fire me up because I hate fan bases. I hate fan bases. Okay. And fan bases is immediately fire.
You got one of the worst ones.
Like,
I agree.
All I hear is fire. Like, you don't like college football's changed. It's changed so much over the years. Like, you just assume that every team you're supposed to win a national title every year. That's just not real life. Like, you can't just fire somebody because they lose a game. Like, you can't fire somebody because they have a down year. Like, your team's constantly changing now. That you have to keep people like. If you fire a coach, your whole team takes a different dynamic now. Because if you fire a coach, all those people that he recruited go their separate ways or go to where he goes because they have a good connection. It's just like the James Franklin thing in Penn State. He takes over a team that's absolutely in shambles. I mean, they were in pretty much death penalty, and he builds them up to where they are. But now they can't. Like all they do is he can't win a big game. He can't do this and he can't do that. And I don't disagree. But my point is like from what he had to where he is impressive. It might be time to move on to Penn State situation, but it's going to take a whole different dynamic in a turn because now you're going to have different players all in different spots and you have basically a whole new roster coming in at some times. So you can't just go firing coaches the way you used to. Like you have to give them time. It's just like the NFL, in my opinion. You got to give these guys time. You got to see if they can make it. Every game's close. We just looked at every game, and they're a point, 3.5, 2.5, and teams we don't even think should be there. Like Missouri and Alabama is a 2.5 point spread now. Back 3-4 years ago, you think that spread would have been anywhere close to that number? No way, because Alabama would have had way more talent than Missouri. So it's tough to just go firing people. I think fan bases lose their minds and they're emotional too much. They live in the past.
The toxic couple relationship where it's like, we just need to have a baby to fix this. The baby is firing the coach. It's like having the baby and firing the coach doesn't always fix the problem. Also, too, there needs to be like in college basketball, there's a threshold, right? If you make the dance, you're pretty much good. Like that's kind of the line for a basketball coach of like, hey, you do this. Now it moves. Okay, if you make it every single year, like now you got to go win a game at the big dance. Like Calipari made a living off of that. Like Colin Cowherd always, like, one of his great takes that I felt was like that job is the least stressful job because all you got to do is make the dance because everybody knows that the dance, anything can happen. And so if you coach a team to the dance every single year, make some Elite 8 appearances, those are massive deals. Like those are big deals. There's thresholds where you can kind of cap yourself as champions and weird things. They've got the SEC championship. There's little mini tournaments. There's so many other things you can kind of notch your hat on because there is a realization of like, yeah, winning this thing is hard as hell. College football is it's even harder because there's less avenues to get there versus college football. So there needs to be like, what is the expectation every year? Because there's only one winner. There's 132 teams. Only one of them can win. And so everybody just wants to obviously, for me, it's Florida. Florida, obviously, I think is the only team right now that I think has a justifiable reason to want their head coach out of it. We have been more than patient, and to be at a losing record at this point of his career, and have lost a plethora of records that Florida has hang on to. We were on the cusp of losing our never, not being blown out record for how many years. It is a very stressful situation. You can't go. It is as bad as the season could go for Texas. The guy just literally played in what Final Four in the championship last year, and then the year before that played in the Final Four and won the Big 10 championship, Big 12 championship. So it's asinine to think that like, hey, a 6-6 season would get him canned. And Brent Venables, that guy's job was gone. Now look, so that's where fans almost kind of, I feel like, get ammo or more of a resurgence of like, yeah, bullying works. We're gonna keep calling for his head. If Brent
that's falls, the problem.
Yeah,
fan bases are just they're irrational. I mean, they literally are irrational. Like you have
fanatical.
to be a football fan to understand. But it's not their job. Their job is
agree.
to
it's gotten a bit out of hand. It's as someone that's in a fanatical fan base, it's to the point where it's like it's just like whiplash. It's like I remember when Florida was in the basketball tournament. Like every game, like you had to quit ignoring, but like every game they were like losing or struggling. It's like Todd's got to go. It's like we've made it to the Final Four. What are we talking about? Like this is crazy.
Just won a national title with the guy.
Well, that was before he won. It was because every game was.
Well, I get
the precipice of losing.
Yeah, we could be still doing the Mike White thing.
Well, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it's if Walter Clayton didn't play the way he did, he wouldn't have won." It's like, okay.
Oh my God, you can't win. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You can't win.
It's tough. It's tough. I think the biggest thing is because the fan base is like, again, they're louder than ever, and what I mean by that is social media allows for everybody to be loud and have an opinion and kind of rally the troops. And I said it yesterday on the show. The negative comments, the people who are negative or have something negative to say are always the loudest. It's why when you go on a Yelp review and you go look at reviews of a company, it's always bad reviews. Nobody's going to go leave a review when they have a good time. It's just, you don't care to do it. But when you're pissed, you want something to be heard. You want to go make a point of it. So I know this because in our business, we get a lot of bad reviews. And it's like, guys, like nobody's, taking the time to go write a good review of how we help them. They just want to yell.
Right. If you have 10 bad reviews, there's a million good ones out there that just aren't said. And that's it. Yeah. That's how it goes. So
it's the same thing.
I think that every coach that has gotten fired this season has had the had enough cause to get fired. Sam Pittman, they were tired of him. They actually gave him a little leeway, and it didn't look any better. And then you have the UCLA and the Virginia Tech guy. Both terrible teams.
I was right about Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Good call there. Yeah. Listen, I think I wrote his ass for it. So yeah, I've got to hand him his flowers because I mean it's as bad as I could ever imagine. Yeah.
I think another one that it would not surprise me is Hugh Freeze. All that talent, all that recruiting, all that money dumped into the roster, and he hasn't really done anything with it. And he's supposed to be the offensive guru. He can't pick a quarterback out. I mean, he went 2 years with the transfer quarterback last year, and it was terrible. And then he went and got another bad transfer quarterback. It's like, what are you doing? They can't make a vertical pass.
Big game for Hugh this week.
there are coaches out there that are rightfully deserving to get fired. I think
Correct.
that even mentioning Steve Sarkisian to get fired from Texas is the wildest take out there.
So
I mean, the guy has brought you to the prom. You have been in it to win it. I get that he's not perfect. I get that they had he was 9-game Sark for a while, but guys, it's not like Texas was a perennial powerhouse before he got there. You know, they haven't been relevant since Young.
Yeah, I mean, you go look at the coaches they ran through. I mean, holy smokes! Like Charlie Strong, he was terrible. I mean, they just ran
it was like me when I was a single Marine back in the day, running through all kinds of things. I'm not going to say what I was running through, but you know what I mean. I mean, just out there slanging it.
Come on, Cody. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Rob S. Look, this is what I love. So here's the downfall. Sometimes we can kind of get ourselves in an echo chamber with the three of us and kind of, not. This is why I love the comments, because they can kind of bring in a different perspective of what we're saying. But look, so you get paid. Rob says you get paid $9 to $10 million a year. That's part of the job. And I think we're not saying that I don't think we're having necessarily trying to feel sorry for these coaches. I do believe that the fan base has a right most of the time. There is parts of it where, the expectation, because even, what did he say? Jason says, we expect our teams to win. Yeah, we do. And I don't, well, nobody's wrong. We all have the same expectation, but I think it's just having that understanding of understanding the ebbs and flows of the game, that these things happen. Again, like we just said, Florida and a couple other schools have a right to be where they're at, to have their frustrations. The Texas thing is kind of what kicked this thing off of although yes, you're getting paid $9 to $10 million to do a good job, there's so many factors and outliers. I think it's just having a better understanding that we just kind of blanket it as if hey, they're getting paid, figure this thing out. In the same breath, we all get paid to do a job. We try to justify because of the income that you should be more perfect. Well, no, that's just the world that they're in. It's like that. They're still they're in the pack of their career. When you go to your career, you're probably being paid in a healthy perspective of it. And we have bad days. Again, I understand you're going to argue with that is different because one is either an hourly or more a salary versus life-changing money. But it's still at the end of the day, I think there's a healthy balance. It's a weird place to be, but go ahead, Ty.
No, I'm just saying the parity of college football right now. I mean, we're talking about unranked teams that are 3-point favorites. This is so close. There's no off week. Florida doesn't have an off week. You have to show up and play every single week. It's not like the cupcakes anymore where you'd go a couple games and you play a bunch of bums or whatever. It's just you have to show up. It's hard to get your team to play perfect every single week. And if you don't, you're going to lose. Look at Texas. I said that I think Florida's in a good spot to probably pull this upset. And they dominated the game. It wasn't even they just dominated the football game on both sides, in my opinion. And it's just this is how it goes. It's hard to go play on the road. It's hard to show up and play perfect every single week. The days of undefeated are gone, and we keep saying it every week, and I'll keep saying it again. It's just not the thing.
The other part of it, there's only 3 active coaches that hold a national championship.
Yeah,
there's 132 teams, and there's only 3 of them that have won a championship, and one of them what?
Are actually 2 of them. The fan bases are at times ready to get rid of them.
Right.
How wild is that?
Day.
Yeah, it's true.
100%.
No, I think Ryan Day's got to dog fans are saying, oh, maybe it's time to get rid of Kirby. Maybe he's washed. What?
It's crazy. What are we doing?
I haven't seen that. But my thing is, again, where the question I always ask is where are you going to go? What's funny is we'll take him. We'll take this person. The only person I think there right now that's in a place where they're content is Lane. Ole Miss does not want to get rid of Lane. They are content with where they are at. They're very ecstatic to be ranked top 3, and they
Maybe
understand
Oregon,
we're Ole
also.
Miss. If we go 10-2 every year, we're good. We just want to smell it. And Florida wants that guy, right? Florida wants to taste that. Although 5 years of that, they'd be ready to kick his ass out too. If Lane Kiffin had been what he had been for Ole Miss for the last 4 years, I wouldn't be surprised or put it past Florida to say, hey, he can't win the big one. It's time to move on. You think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you what, if if you go take Ole Miss's last 4 years, we take them now because of how Florida has been for the last 4 years. Yes, I agree with you. But if Ole Miss had done if Florida had done what Ole Miss did last year and drop a game to what a Florida was and miss the playoffs because of that, oh brother, with the team that they had, oh brother, you want to talk about hot seat?
You're not wrong.
It would have been. And everyone's just like, no, you're crazy. You're an idiot. I'm not saying I'm taking 21 and 22. I'm not saying I'm taking Billy. I'm not saying that I'd rather have what we have. I'm just simply stating the facts that after a time, we kind of get complacent of where we're at and we want more. That's just the way that it works. So, yeah, he's the only guy that I feel is probably like the current fan base is content because Jane Franklin's, and Dan Lanning. Oregon lost with Dan.
Yes.
Again,
Oregon Dan Lanning.
Same kind of thing. I think that those Oregon fans, they have been burned for so many years that if they can just taste it every year, I don't think they'll even get complacent. I don't know.
I use pretty happy also. They signed that dude to a 10-year contract
right.
after 1
You're
year.
Right.
They're juiced.
There's some teams that are happy.
Yeah,
I don't think we're putting them into the same category as some of these other schools. But yeah,
it's just like what's Clemson football without Dabo? Like you think you get rid of Dabo? You think you're gonna recruit top 5? Yeah, right. Yeah,
right. Like that's what I'm saying. Like where do you go? Like what do you think is going to happen if you bring in a new coach and then he loses his first 3 games and then you're ready to can his ass too? I mean, it's just how it goes. Yeah. It's stupid. Got to do some common sense too.
The Clemson situation's weird. It reminds me of who was the coach at Dallas before Jimmy Smith came in.
Before Jimmy Smith came in.
Jimmy Johnson, excuse me.
Cody. Jimmy Johnson.
Come on.
Oh, Landry. Tom Landry.
Yeah, it feels like a Tom Landry situation. Like he's just been there for so long, and it's like you're gonna have to do like a complete 180 like flip of like whoever comes in. Like there has to be just the cohesion of like we're all in on this. Like because he's established a Clemson culture that's just I don't know how to explain it. It's cult like.
You can't go get a up and comer. You got to make a splash. You would have to go get Lanning. You would have to go get somebody like that. Like it would have to be uber splashy.
Yeah, it's an interesting one that Clemson one's sticky because of how long he's been there. And again, I think because of like how Georgia was able to go from Rick to Kirby and Kirby have instant success, that everybody thinks that that's just the next hire is going to be successful. Even to Oregon's point, to go and get Dan and what they've been able to do. And having instant success is huge. So I don't know. It's fun to watch. It never gets old. But yeah, we kind of got a little carried away there. But that's what Muddy's comments do. They take us off the rails. Let's get into this one. Arky versus Tennessee. I don't think people know how to view this game. It feels like Tennessee should do their job and roll it. I think that's what everyone wants to say. But in the same breath, and this is why I'm taking Arkansas. They've shown they can be poppy on offense, them being Arkansas with Bobby Petrino. Outside that Notre Dame game, which I'm sold that Bobby threw that game, and we might get even more confidence in confirmation if this thing goes away that I think it's going to go this weekend. And so now Tennessee's had a bye. Both teams have had a bye. They fired the entire defensive staff, them being Arkansas. So that has been their biggest kryptonite. They still have some talented players on offense, being Taylor Green and their running back duo they've got back there. They're going to move the football. They are. And I'm taking the road team. I get 12.5 points here. I love Arkansas. I feel like I'm kind of taking the bait here. And I know you guys are going to be crazy. Look, I told you, I'm Cody this week. I'm literally Cody. I got all the teams on the left-hand side. I've got Bama, Ducks, Dogs, Oklahoma. They're technically on the road, and Arkansas. So all but one
worked
team.
Out great for me.
Yeah, I'm taking the road team. We'll see how it works this week. I could be in the same boat. But I think this week's the right week to take all the road teams, to be honest with you. Look, I'm taking my points with Arkansas. I'm taking my points. I'm not taking them outright. I'm taking my points here.
The only road team that you didn't pick was the one you should have picked to begin with. So
that's true.
Let's go. Like Arkansas to me just doesn't play any defense. They aren't going to win this game. Brazil's going to have a huge day catching the football because Joey Aguilar is just going to be slinging it everywhere. Arkansas might give up 50 because that's all they do. I don't know where this Arkansas love's coming. Talon Green's good, but they're giving up 35 to Memphis. They've given up 60 to Notre Dame or something like that. They can't stop anyone. Tennessee wins. Brazil, huge day. Probably 10 catches, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like Tennessee in this football game. I'm not buying into any of the hoofla with Arkansas. I can tell you that.
Cody was checking his offer. Sorry, Cody. You're up, buddy.
Seeing the DJ Lagway just signed with Red Bull, baby. I mean, hey.
Really?
The network. Come talk to me. Because
Cody, did you have insider info? Is that why you had a Red Bull this morning?
I need a couple sponsorships, okay? Busch Light, Red Bull, I'll load it up like a NASCAR on the sweater. So yeah, I think Bobby Petrino is about as greasy, grimy, buy here, pay here, used car salesman, a record driver that goes and repos people, like just bottom barrel scum of the earth. I think that he definitely blew that game, and I think Tennessee's going to trounce them. I mean, Arkansas has no defense. You fired a bunch of guys. You didn't make any real hires. You had to get some internal guys. So I think that they're probably just gonna beat some teams that they should, and maybe beat a team that they probably shouldn't. But it's not going to be Tennessee. I think Tennessee's just playing too good, and they're gonna wax the floor with Arkansas. And I do like Bobby Petrino to take that head coaching position permanently over there at Arkansas.
Yeah, how does that guy continue to get jobs? It annoys me. God, he's frustrating. Cannot stand Bobby Petrino. God, he's annoying.
I can tell you another guy doesn't like him is Mike Zimmer. They got in a fight in the locker room when he was. I think he left was trying to leave Atlanta Falcons in the middle of the night or something.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, he just left.
Money says Arkansas.
Does he get jobs?
Lost last minute to Ole Miss. Look, I think that Notre Dame game was a throwing game. Okay, I'm not putting any stock into that Notre Dame game. I still think this Tennessee team is good. I just think Heupel's going to have his hands full. Look, the disadvantage I have that it's on the road. This game was at home. I feel a lot more confident in my pick, but
I'm really upset with Michael Dixon.
I feel like is this how you felt last week, Cody? When you picked all the underdog or all the road teams, you just felt like this clarity of like there's no way I'm wrong.
You had a double shot floater before you came on.
No, I didn't. That's what I'm
pretty juiced up and good. Yeah, I mean that's how I felt. Felt like a lock city, son. I mean, thank God I couldn't get into the 401k. I bet the freaking house.
And would have lost it twice.
My favorite part is that he was like, and he was still wrong, but he's like, I told you the Miami FSU game was going to be a low scoring, and it wasn't. He was still wrong, which was crazy. But he doubled down as if he said it was like, I told you it was going to be 28-22. I was like, no. Sheldon says it was 28-24. You said 21-14, maybe 14-7 was your prediction, and you're like, no. I told you it was going to be close, low scoring. It wasn't, Cody. It wasn't.
I think I squeaked one in there. I think I squeaked a 21-28 or something in there.
What? No, you didn't.
Before we got all logged off. Yeah, we'll have to watch the tape back.
Oh my God.
I'll watch the tape back. I think it was like last 30 seconds.
It was 21-14. I remember you saying that. 100% 21-14.
Yeah. Things happen.
You're 1-4 last week. I get it. You're trying to find anything. I get it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Listen, I'm like some coaches out there go 1-4 and still and people still hit me up for the jobs.
Keep your job.
You know what I mean?
You keep your job. That's right. That's how you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, good show. What do we think? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
We do
Great
well.
Show.
Another week in the books of us being live. I mean, the streak continues. We're probably like on 10, 12 days now of going live every single day. I don't know. We started going live every single day. Well, I think it was the Saturday after my kid was born. So like November 1st or something like that, I think it was. So October 1st. So maybe like 10, 11 days. Something like that. Let me check the calendar.
I like the live stuff because you see more, like it's real life. Like we're not making the stuff up as we go. We just say it like where we might want to edit it out elsewise.
So since the 27th, we've been live.
Love it.
And I want to say I went live on the 26th. I think I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days live and show no signs of slowing down. So get up after that one.
How much leave you got left? About five and a half more weeks. We'll be live for 5.5 more weeks or so.
Yeah, I'm loving it. We'll be live tomorrow for the watch party for the call-in show. After the fact, we'll be live Sunday for the review party. And then it's Monday. We're back at it again. So love you guys. Love you guys. Appreciation Live. Have a good Friday, I guess. See you then, boys.
I love all the chat and all the smoke. Love it.
Bucket it, baby.
Let's go racing again.